the humble tactical squad of the original or all these space marines, I guess if you want to call it. These are the guys. We're gonna make a complete different pose from these guys, and we all know these guys. Even if they look as good as this guy painted, which I really like, we're gonna create something different and with more action in the pose. So from this guy, we're gonna take the legs, and we're going to increase the size, increase the shape, give the guy, the model, a more a different pose, and add some variety. I have already prepared the base that you see over here. If you want to see how I base this model, you can um, I have a video in my channel that you see how I base the model, and specifically on this one, I have a short video in which I show how I did it. I'm gonna clean the mold lines as best as I can, and I already added the midsection spacer, so I can increase not only the size but also the angle of the torso on this specific space marine. Really like this space marines. I really like to, as you guys know, raise one of the legs so it looks like it's higher of these guys, and add 1 millimeter in one side and probably like 3 millimeters in the other leg, so I can just give him a different position. Same thing over here with this Mark III Space Marine that you guys see. But today we're gonna be working with the firstborn that you guys see over here. Um, Bases, I like to do grim and dark. You'll see that a little bit later when I add more stuff to the base. And the first thing we're gonna do in this case is we are going to make sure that the base is not, the midsection, I'm sorry, is not even. And we do this on purpose. We do this so we can change the angle of the body of the model. As you guys can see, one side is very thin, and in the other side I have added, I would say probably 1.5 millimeters, maybe close to 2 millimeters. And this is gonna give us a more better pose. This is the torso that I had picked, and then when I cut this torso from his original model, it was a gap in the back that, as you guys can see over here, I have to like fill it up with a piece of plastic card. And I'm sorry guys, but I had to go for a while and just turn the air conditioning off because of the noise. So we're gonna put some Tamiya plastic cement and also the goo inside and on both sides, so we can have a very strong bond on this guy. And one benefit that you have when you use the goo and the glue from Tamiya is that it gives you some time to play around and to kind of find the pose that you want and the position and how you want the two parts to come together. This will be impossible with super glue. I mean, with super glue, you have probably like 2 or 3 seconds and that's it. And you can't move the model. This is one of the benefits of working with Tamiya extra thin plastic cement or the goo that you can make for yourself. If you want to know how I make this thing, I also have one video that shows how I use the goo itself to build my true scale and conversions. So very carefully, we're gonna try to find the appropriate angle and how it looks better without letting escape too much of the goo that we have put inside. And finally, this is the arm that I have picked for the model, and I want to create this time kind of like a unique pose. I haven't seen a pose of these Marines like the one I'm gonna do today. So I have picked this arm, which he's gonna be shooting, and we're gonna apply um, the arm. And I think it goes really well with the posture of the model. As you guys can see, he's just like kind of like a reaching with the torso twisted towards one side. And so I want to take advantage of that and use that arm where he's shooting with the bolt on. And the other arm, I have decided to use a chainsaw, and I think is appropriate for this guy. And I also like this backpack for this specific Space Marine. I think it goes very well. I don't know what you guys think, but I kind of want to make this guy kind of plain, not too much adornment. So for that same reason, I just picked these shoulder pads, which are just normal shoulder pads with the rim around. And we're gonna do the same thing in the other side, just so we're gonna apply some Tamiya extra thin plastic cement and a little bit of glue also on the joint, so we can reinforce the joint and make sure that we got a stronger bond in the model. And so far, this is the way that it's looking, and I'm very happy so far myself. Sometimes when I sand or try to take the damage that I do when I cut the models, it's left like this. But you can use Tamiya extra thin plastic cement, as you guys see right now that I'm doing, and this will smooth any part that you see in the model. And these small dips that you see over here, you can just pretend that they are battle damage in the model. It's a lot of uses for this plastic cement, that's for sure. And this is the way it's looking so far. We're gonna gear up the model. Everybody knows that if you see my models, you know that I like putting gear on my models. I don't like my models to look naked. And I have decided to put a holster, an empty holster in this case. And also I'm really fan of grenades, especially if they're gonna go in the front. And like in this case, I'm gonna put 2 grenades, one in each side, and also some custom made pouches in the back, ammo pouches. And this time I decided to go for like small pouches, and that way we can help each other, like making sure that the legs look longer by applying the small pouches. Those are the flaps that I'm putting right now of the pouches. It's just plastic card, it's just a different color. It's a green color plastic card for the flaps of the pouches. So far, this is the way that it's looking. I repeat myself, I'm very happy with this guy, and I think he has a very unique pose. I haven't seen nothing out there with this pose, and now I decided to embellish the base a little bit by putting a skull. And after priming the model, this is the way that it looks. I haven't decided yet in a head. What kind of head should I put, like a bear head or a helmet? And in the comments, maybe you guys can suggest me what kind of head I can use for this guy. This is the guy without the head. I haven't glued the head yet, but just for the purpose of putting this guy a head, I think we're gonna use just a helmet head. But these are the options that I have right now. Take a look, guys, and let me know what you guys think. Should I go with this head, the one that is screaming, no helmet, or should I use this one over here? I prepared 2 heads, but I don't know, kind of undecided which one should I put, the helmet or the one that is just screaming with no helmet. So trying to find out, I'm trying to think right now which one will make this model to look better. Put it in the comment section. Let me know which one would you prefer for me to put. If this will be your model, which head would you use? For this purpose, I'm just gonna put right now the helmet head. I'm not gonna glue it. I'm just temporarily gonna put at the head right now. This is the way the model is looking, guys. I'm very happy. It's already been primed, and I have used my system of making sure the model is ready to be painted with any kind of paint. This is a Primaris, and everybody knows that I always put a Primaris because everybody wants to know how he fares with the Primaris. This is the Primaris is still bigger than him, and I think the size is correct. I have fixed the proportions. He looks better, and it's gonna be a blast to paint this guy over here right now. I like the pose one more time, and as I say, it's a very unique pose. I haven't seen it in any other model. And this is the way he fares with a Mark III Space Marine plastic from the GW plastic kit, Mark III. And we're gonna do one more comparison. This is, of course, Age of Darkness Mark 6. Everybody's saying that this is the new standard in size. So very good when it comes to the size. I think I nail it. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment, guys. You can subscribe to the channel, ring the bell. You will receive notifications when I make this kind of videos. It can give you some ideas for your model. And this is the way he looks from behind. This is the side view. You can also donate to my Patreon account, and also buy these models from eBay. I put these models on eBay, so that's another way of you supporting the channel. What do you guys think? Let me know if you have any questions. Put it in the comment section. Try to think right now in my imagination how he's gonna look when he's painted. And of course, you guys know that I like green and dark bases, so I always like to embellish the bases with skulls and things like that. Let me know, guys. And one more time, we'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.